So, I finally did it. I finally looked up and did my research on what in the world BookTok is and just kind of TikTok in general, because I just had dinner with my family and a bunch of people, and all of the people my age and younger were saying, you're publishing your book, you have to get into the BookTok space, you got to get into BookTok and all that stuff. And I've had people tell me that ever since before I even started trying to publish this book, and I just never really bothered to look up what it was because it was a subset of TikTok, which is not really an app that I've ever interacted with. But finally, I just got so tired of not even understanding what they were saying that I just looked it up. I just spent these past couple hours just looking up what is this? Who are the most prevalent people? What is this space? And what I've come away with is that it's probably not for me. It seems to be a very controversial space just from the onset. There's a lot of people out there that really, really hate the space, and that confuses me just a little bit. I don't really understand where all the negativity around the community is. I mean, if most of the critiques I get, it's that it's predominantly women and it's literature for women, which I don't really care about. It's one of the reasons that it's not for me, but I don't think that its existence is inherently malicious. I think that it's fine. There's a lot of people saying that it's attributing to the literacy crisis in America, which I'm not going to touch that. From my very preliminary findings, I don't believe that to be the case. I can understand why people are saying that it is spotlighting works based on trends and genre rather than their actual merit. And I think there's an argument to be had about that. It's not an argument that I'm going to make here, but, sure, fine. But ultimately, what I did find, at least from all of the creators that I saw, is that it's primarily, I think, a reading space and a book review space. And that's not really what I'm trying to do here. The entire point of me making this YouTube channel is to show you guys my creative process and to push forward my work, and just show you guys what I've created. And I don't really want to, orient towards speaking about other people's work and, nitpicking on the things I do and don't like about what they've created. I'm fine with people doing it, if you want to make reactionary, I guess, content or commentary, that's fine. It's just not really what I want to do here. I want to present you guys with all of the things that I love to create, and, that's just kind of where this channel came from. And, obviously there's going to be some crossover there. In order for me to create, and in order for me to show you guys my process, I'm inevitably going to show you some of the things that I've consumed, and I'm happy to talk about the different authors that have inspired me. I could do an entire series of videos about how much I love H.G. Wells, but I'll save that. And I think that that's kind of important because I thought that there was actually some really cool stuff on there. I didn't realize that, I guess, TikTok is moving towards longer form content, which is kind of cool. I'm still not going to download it, but that's kind of cool to see. But there was some kind of cool nuggets of just wholesome people really trying to display to their viewers some works that they really appreciated, and I love that. I think that that's really, really cool. But I also think that the majority of the platform was them just kind of talking about the books that they didn't like, which is fair, I guess. That's fine if you want. I mean, I understand if your job is you're a book reviewer on the internet, that's what you have to do. It's not what I want to do, but I understand that. But I don't think that I want to just present to you guys with narratives that I didn't appreciate, unless it's for a specific reason. I'm showing you what I'm doing because over here in this work I didn't think that it worked. Maybe I'll do that, but I don't think that if I don't enjoy someone's craft, if I don't enjoy something that they've created, I've never really been inclined on Goodreads, on on YouTube or anything like that, I've never really been inclined to be super outspoken about it without being provoked. I mean, if I thought that maybe there was a chance that they were going to see it and that they could benefit from my critique, then absolutely. But I mean, it's so difficult for me. Certainly not all construction or not criticism is constructive, but some criticism is constructive, and we need criticism as authors. And I think that that's super important. But when it's intentional, when it's super intentional, and preferably from someone who has an intimate understanding of the craft, the criticism that I receive from artists who I respect their technical proficiency and their performance goes a lot longer than someone who's never endeavored on the craft. And I think that there's just so much criticism out there on works just because I guess these channels kind of need it. They not necessarily the criticism, but they need the content. And after pouring my heart and soul into my work, I'm happy to accept all the criticism that people want to throw at me. I've been in the Army for about a decade. I've got some pretty thick skin, but I just, it's hard for me to do it myself after seeing how much I've poured into my work, seeing someone who wants to create and has done all of the work it takes to write a book. Like, I respect you so much if you have attempted to do that, and if you have finished it, oh my goodness. And I might hate your book. I might think it's awful, but odds are I'm not gonna go leave a review if I think it's awful. I'm not gonna get on YouTube and say that I believe it's awful. Like, unless you want my criticism, like in a one-on-one setting, so that I can help you, I'm probably it's not for me. Which is ultimately why I don't think that breaking into like the BookTok community is really. I understand that it's a good way to get viewers and a good way to get like attention, which I would be lying if I was saying that it wasn't the goal of this channel. I'm trying to get you guys interested in what it is that I'm doing here, my books. But that's just not really, I might be missing an opportunity, but that's just not really the way that I want to do it. And like, I tried YouTube Shorts for like 10 minutes. I didn't enjoy it. I know that it's objectively a really effective way of reaching people, but I just don't enjoy doing it. It's not, at least the way that I was doing it. So I stopped doing it. Like, I like doing these videos. These videos are sick. I turn on my camera and I start talking, and a couple of you guys think that it's cool, and I'm totally cool with that. I think that that's super fun, and I'm familiar with YouTube. I've said it many times. I love YouTube as a platform. It's how I learned how to draw. And it's honestly how I learned how to write. It's how I learned how to do everything. It's how I learned how to rebuild motorcycles. It's how I learned how to do everything is on YouTube. I'm familiar with the platform, so I'm comfortable with using it. I've never used TikTok. I don't want to just make a TikTok, and I've had people offer to run my TikTok for me. But then I feel like that's disingenuous too. Like, aren't people engaging with my page on TikTok under the assumption that I'm speaking to them, or at least not, if not directly, I'm presenting them to something myself? Like, if this channel in my name is run autonomously from myself, then it's not mine. It's not my work, and everything that I'm doing is my work. This YouTube channel, it's mine. It is my work, and like, you're getting me as an author. And I was making this joke to my family that was here, is I'm just not like, I don't know. It's hard. It can be hard for me to make these YouTube videos sometimes, just because I feel like everything that I'm saying in these YouTube videos is so much less profound than the things that I've written or my artwork. This is like the lowest like barrier of content that I could offer you guys. If you never watch a single one of my videos after this one, if you just stop right now and you were to look at my drawings or to read my book, I would care so much more about that. Like, these videos that I'm making, they are meant to orient you towards what I have created. And I guess stay tuned, because my book's not out yet. A couple weeks. We're so close. I'm so excited. I'm going to make another video about that maybe right after this one. But yeah, just in general, the TikTok space just doesn't seem like it's for me. Same with like the Facebook space or any other social media other than the two that I have. And I have them for two very different purposes. Yeah, I really, I don't have any problem with it. I don't have any issues, I guess, necessarily with TikTok. I think that or at least specifically, mostly the content that I saw with like the BookTok community. I know that there's some overtly malicious content on every platform. I think that TikTok has a tendency to be. I think that the tech is malicious, a little bit more malicious. I think that like, that speaks to an entirely different topic. That's honestly, it's not worth talking about right now. But yeah. BookTok's not for me. It's fine, but BookTok's not for me. That was this video. I need to hold up one of my drawings for the thumbnail. Ooh, and I don't know what it's gonna be. I don't know what it's gonna be. I don't really have, like, these are all of my junior varsity drawings. Well, I mean, this is a piece of Robert Downey Jr. I did. I don't know how long ago. I think I might have done this when I was in high school. But I've got to hold this up for the thumbnail. So here you go. It's a picture of Robert Downey Jr. There you go. I did this a long time ago. Thanks.